for this. Okay, so it's a long day, guys, because there's so much to cover and so little time. So whatever we will not be able to discuss dun sa file na sa lesson na dapat nating i-discuss, guys, I'm going to just upload a continuation kasi kailangan natin, guys, matapos talaga yung discussion ng stepwise regression. Kasi natapos na natin siya sa Excel, we have to compare already with the output in R. Okay, so I posted a file. Okay, pakibukas yung file na pinost ko. So it's here. It's under 3.7, guys. No? This is the video, guys. I wish that you will review, guys, yung mga videos natin. Napapansin, tinitingnan ko minsan kung ilang yung views. Minsan konti lang. So ibig sabihin nun hindi nag-review ng iba. Kindly view it, guys, kasi you just can't learn regression in R in just listening in class. No? Kailangan talaga yan ng practice. And the motivation, guys, is that this is a skill that will really improve or enhance yung CV nyo, no? Kasi ngayon, guys, hinahanap na yan eh. Hindi na siya nice to have. It has become more of a requirement na, because many companies have already migrated also to R. So hindi lang yung mga paid statistical softwares. Some of them are even migrating already. Hindi na nila ginagamit yung mga paid kasi mahal. So ito, freeware kasi. So it will be good, guys, that you really enhance your skills, not only in R, but later on siguro, you can also do Python. A perfect combination yung dalawang yan as finance students, R and Python. Okay, so kindly open the R file that I asked you to open. Oh, wait. So, yun yung class, ano? Sandali, hindi ko na ayos to. Okay, you have it already, guys? Let me just copy this.
Sir, if you're showing your screen for R, we don't see it.
Sorry ha. Dali lang ha. Let me just fix this. Okay. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. Okay, let me just fix the file. Okay. I think I opened the wrong file. Yeah. Okay, sige. Share. Okay. So it will be a pretty long lesson, guys, kasi marami talagang aspects ang regression, hindi lang siya basta-basta. Hindi ko yata na-attach yung... Okay, so sige, let's may mga in-insert ako na bago na wala dun sa original file natin. So I will have to i-resend ko na lang mamaya, guys, ha? I-resend ko mamaya. Okay, so let's start, guys. Let's I hope you have installed the packages. May dinagdag akong package dito. Gagamitin natin mamaya in a while, yung SchemR. This is also used for descriptive statistics. Have you uploaded this? Have you installed that, guys? Paki-chat nga. If not yet, guys, kindly install and then e-library. Can you see already the screen ng R?
Yes po.
Okay, thank you. All right, so this is one I added. Yung Stargazer, na ano ko napapakita ko kung paano siya gagana. Kasi last Monday hindi natin napagana to. Okay, so let's import the wage, the file. Okay, I hope you have already imported it. Na-import ka na ba? Okay, na-import ko na guys. So I'll just view it. If not, kindly import it, guys. Tapos dapat lumabas na sa data natin yan sa global environment natin. Okay, so we were working on this data where you have 5 variables that are numeric and 3 that are character. So there are 8 variables. And if you recall, guys, we were regressing hourly wage on just one, education. Nag-simple regression lang tayo. Ngayon pupunta na tayo guys sa sa multiple regression, but just some I think I opened the okay. Sige. Excuse me. Mali yata yung file na nabuksan ko. Okay, sandali lang ha. I don't want to be typing the code kasi matatagalan ako. Made a mistake here. Okay, so we did this already last time. Last Monday, ginawa na natin to, di ba? Paki-chat nga ako guys kung tama, kung nagawa na natin to. Itong view names, right? You may open also the RMD file that we worked on last time, plus yung ngayon, kasi may mga dadagdag sa ngayon. Kindly chat guys kung tapos na natin to. This was the file last Monday, no? Yung ginawa natin. Paki-chat nga please kung yes. Examining data, then we had this several codes to try to explain or to understand yung data natin. Kindly chat please kung I just want to make sure na we were able to do this last time. Okay, thank you, Luisa. Okay, thank you, Sha. Thank you. Okay, so I presume, guys, no questions about this, ano? We already did that last time. Okay, thank you, Ernest. Okay, so let's move on from here. I think I added something here. Yan, ito. So we used the site package to generate some descriptive statistics. And sabi natin, we were able to generate yung mean, standard deviation, etc. Several descriptive statistics using R, okay? Particularly dun sa site package, yung describe function. Under paste text, we also have stat.desc descriptive, okay? And then kasi ang masyado malalaki yung ano nila, no, yung decimal places, you can highlight this both, okay? Options digits equals 2 so that hindi lahat ilang 8 digits to, no? We can just reduce it to 2 decimal.
Naka-freeze po ata.
Naka-freeze pa rin? Ay, oo. Na-record ko na ba? Okay, na-record ko na tapos naka-freeze pa rin. Sorry. Okay. So, nasa descriptive statistics ako. Sabi natin, we can use the site package to describe, no? Generate descriptive statistics. We did this last time. And then we can also use paste text, package paste text. There's a code, there's a function there, stat.descriptive. So we can do that. And then we can limit the digits to 2 kasi ang default niya 7 yata, no? So control enter. Isa pa. Ayan. Okay? Sometimes you have to click twice eh. Ayan, nagdalawang ano na lang para hindi siya masyadong malaking decimal places. So the introduction of options, digits is equal to 2, will limit decimal places to 2. All right. So dito yung last time yung Stargazer hindi natin na kasi na miss out ko to, no. Yung type is equal to text. You have to include this kasi ang default niya hindi rin ni Excel ni Arto pero ginawa niyang HTML, no, yung code na dinagay niya. So we have to include this type is equal to text. Then we can also include digits is equal to 2. And so let's run that. Oh, ayaw pa rin. Na-run ko na ba yung okay, hindi ko pa na-run, sorry. Library, Stargazer. Hindi ko pa na-run to. And library, SchemR. Okay. So hindi ko pa na-require yung Stargazer. Okay, let's run this again. Okay, there. Okay, so you see a clean, no? Clean output of Stargazer. So ito lang yung mga numerical variables. Andiyan yung mean, standard deviation, minimum, first quartile, third quartile, maximum. Okay, so that's what the Stargazer, limited nga lang siya. Kasi ang kagandahan sa Stargazer, maayos yung yung pagkasulat, no? And also from the SchemR, so this is coming from the SchemR package. Okay, si Schem, guys, it will also generate some descriptive statistics. Yan, ito maraming ibibigay to, no? Okay, but again, guys, tas may kasama pang histogram sa dulo. Okay, so you have minimum, maximum, yung mga walang missing values. And you have, I don't know what this white space is. Missing, mean, standard deviation. This is, this is also the minimum. Minimum value, first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, maximum value, and then a drawing of the histogram. Kita natin dito kung normally distributed yung variable na to. Education, experience, hindi. So hindi sila mga normally distributed. Okay. So last time we also did this. I'm going to dispense with that. Skip ko lang yan. Nagawa na natin. Tapos di ba nag-simple regression na tayo, di ba? Okay. We did simple regression. Tapos, did I introduce yung JTools, guys? Na-introduce natin to? No, hindi.
No, sir.
Eh, sige, kasi gagamitin din natin mamaya yan. Mag-install that. Pwede i-separate nyo. Mag-insert na lang kayo ng code, tapos install that packages as library. Okay, hindi ko na, guys, hindi ko na pinapakita isa-isa, no? So mag-install that packages tayo, tapos library JTools. Okay, you have it, guys? Paki-chat kung na-install na si JTools. This is coming from JTools. Na-install na, guys? Okay. The rest, okay na? Paki-yes na lang for me to proceed. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. Pakita ko sa inyo, guys, yung sa totoo lang, guys, magsasawa kayo sa daming tools sa R, no? I've been using R for quite some time now. Every time, guys, lagi may nadadagdag na bagong mga tools sa regression. So minsan ang dami, so tayo magsasawa, guys. You just have to stick to the basics, depende yan sa gusto nating output. But I just want you to know that pag nag-research kayo, no, regression tools sa R, wow. at our disposal, guys. So we're not left with, there's not a lack of tools that we can use. Ang dami, tayo magsasawa, no? Pipili ka na lang kung ano ba talagang gusto mo. Okay, so let's rerun this, guys. Yung model 1 natin, which is just, remember this is for regression linear model. This is our dependent variable tilde independent variable. So take note, this is just your SLR, di ba? Simple linear regression. Tapos mag-attach nga pala tayo, no? I-run din natin tong attach para maintindihan din ni R kung saan galing yung mga variables na to. Make sure you run attach, guys, para alam ni R na yung mga variables natin nanggagaling yan sa wage data. Alright, model 1. This is our model 1. Simple linear regression lang to. Regressing HR, wage, and education. Then in-identify natin yung data natin is wage. Although hindi na natin kailangan to actually kasi na-attach na naman natin. Pero ikumpleto pa rin natin, no? Alright, so yan. Lumabas si model 1, guys, and it's actually, when you click this, it's a list, no? It's not a data frame, it's a list. So yung list na yan, may mga data frames na yan, may mga, may list, may language nga, may integer, etc., etc., etc. So marami siyang, it's a list, guys, kasi di ba ang list, iba't ibang klaseng pwedeng maipasok doon. Okay, so let me go back here. All right, then we know, guys, that, okay, di ba ang binibigay niyan, pag naka-enclose sa parenthesis yung model 1, ibibigay yung summary output, no? And the summary output is just the value of your intercept and education. But we said we don't want that. We need a more comprehensive output. So yung summary, guys, summary will give us a more comprehensive output. And this is similar to the Excel or Excel Real Stats output that we have. So ito sasabihin pa kung statistically significant at 0.001. No? Less than 0.001. Pag 3 stars, it means it's less than 0.001. Pag 2 stars, less than 0.01. Pag 1 star, yung usual natin na less than 0.05. Pag dot lang, less than 0.01. Okay? Pag wala, guys, ibig sabihin, greater than 0.1 siya. Okay. Alright, ito, we discussed this already last time. So, let me just also show this. Yung galing sa JTools. Ito, no? Let me, ito. Sana nakuha nyo na yung requirement nyo na si JTools. And then from JTools, we have this function, sum. Okay. So it's a more comprehensive, guys. Yan. It's a more comprehensive output also. No? Okay, only in a different form. So number of observations, 526, the dependent variable, HR wage, type ng regression, OLS, and the model fit, ito yung F, 1 degree of freedom 1, degree of freedom 2. This is your K, di ba? Number of regressors. This is N minus K minus 1. P value is 103.36 with P is less than 0.05, no? 0.001. Adjusted R squared and R squared. Now, maganda rin to, guys, kasi pag gumagawa na kayo ng write-up, ng report, guys, hinahanap sa APA format itong F-stat, no? Pati itong value at saka yung P. Pati yung R squared, adjusted R squared. Then you have this way, this output, coefficient, then standard error, T value at saka yung P. Okay, so that's how the JTools also generates the output. Okay, so quickly ito, guys, diniscuss din natin. Si name, sasabihin sa atin kung ano yung laman ng model 1. Yan, marami siyang objects. Then model 1, yung object ng model 1, $sign coefficients, kasi may coefficients dito. It will give us the yung laman ng coefficients. Tapos ito, it will give us yung residuals, pati yung predicted values. Then also we can get the AIC and the BIC. No? Okay, AIC, BIC, makukuha din natin yan. Remember, si AIC at saka si BIC, these are measures that we use that measure information loss, and ginagamit natin siya for comparison between models. So, of no consequence yan, guys, walang gamit guys yung AIC, BIC kung stand-alone lang yung model natin. Ginagamit natin yan kung kino-compare natin. Okay, then this one, we plotted the regression line. Okay, I'll not do this anymore, guys. Punta na tayo ngayon sa, this is where we ended last time. Punta na tayo ngayon sa regression diagnostics. So hindi natatapos, guys, yung pag na-regression natin, na-compute natin yung coefficients natin, na-determine na natin yung overall goodness of fit, at saka yung individual tests ng coefficients natin. We don't stop there. We have to do diagnostics. We have to analyze kung okay yung ano natin, okay yung model natin. So, okay, let's create an object. Ito, guys, we're creating an object called res. Ano laman niya? From model 1, guys, yun yung residuals natin. Ito naman, let's create an object called pred. Galing yan sa model 1, $sign, yung fitted values niya. So if I run this, di ba? Ang laman ni model 1 ito, no? Itong 8 objects na to. If I click this model 1, okay, kung titingnan nyo, guys, si fitted value, double yan. Ano ibig sabihin? Diba? Ano yan? Mga decimal places. Si fitted value, pati si residuals, pati si coefficients. Remember, ang ibig sabihin ng double, guys, these are numerical variables. Okay? Numerical variables siya, tapos, yung decimal siya. Okay, so, going back to our function. Okay, so this one, we're creating an object called res. And then, ano yung laman ng res, guys? From model 1, yung residuals. So, i-run natin to. Okay, so you see, ililist dito yung mga residuals natin. No? Tapos meron tayong model 1, meron tayong residual na dito. No? And then yung predicted natin, i-run din natin. Ito naman yung mga predicted values natin. Yung list ng mga predicted values natin. Okay, if you recall, guys, sa Excel, generate natin yan using yung predicted, di ba, ginamit natin si trend function. Okay, any questions? So if you want to see it in the spreadsheet, anong gagawin natin, guys? Well, we just view it. View, res. Res pala to. Yan, res, no? Control enter. So andyan, no? Andyan na. It's just one column kasi isa lang naman yung laman, no? Yung residuals. And we can do the same for our predicted. Okay. So we know, guys, that these objects now, they are present now, yung pred at saka yung residual. We just listed them. Okay, so let's go back. Okay. Now si Broom, guys, na-install na ba natin to last time? I'm sorry, guys, hindi ko na siya pinagsasama-sama dun sa simula kasi gusto ko malaman kung saan nanggaling yung mga functions na to. So if you haven't installed Broom, the Broom package, guys, importante yan sa regression din. Marami tayong makukuha sa regression from the Broom package. So kindly install that and then library. Okay. And then i-access natin tong augment. I'll show you in a while. If you're interested more in a particular package, guys, i-google nyo, no? Kasi may mga literature dyan on what are the functions available for that specific package. Okay, any questions, guys? All right. So, merong augment function si Broom. Okay, so let's create this object, model 1, diagnostic.metrics, diag.metrics, and then we're using the augment function of Broom. Kung itatype nyo, guys, Broom, tapos kunyari tanggalin ko itong, yan, kita nyo, guys, augment, no? So ang sinasabi niya, may augment, yung augment function yan, galing yan kay Broom. Tapos i-augment natin si model 1. Okay? Si model 1, guys, ito yung object natin, ito yung yung object natin na which was the result of our linear regression. So i-run natin to. Okay, what happened? You now have this object model1.diagnostic.metrics. Okay, yun. Ito yung laman guys, no? Ito yung laman ng object na yan. Okay, ano laman niya, guys? Yung mga variables natin na ginamit natin sa model 1. Ito yung dependent variable natin. This is our independent variable. And then we have that fitted. Ano tong 5.1 na yan? Tingnan nga natin guys yung predicted value. O, di ba? 5.1. Okay? 5.1, 5.6. Okay? So that's saan na siya? Ito. Ito na yun guys, so yung predicted values natin. And then hindi lang yun, meron pang residuals, meron pang standard error of the fit. So there are several standard error of your residuals. And then we have your Cook's distance here. Ginagamit to sa pag-determine ng influential points. Okay? Sabihin ko lang na influential points, importante yan kasi pag ang isang data point guys, isang influential point, ibig sabihin nun, pagtanggalin natin yon, nakaka-influensya ng regression output. Medyo outlier yung data na yon, tapos malaking influence siya sa regression parameters. Kung tanggalin natin yon, maiiba yung regression output natin. So that's what the Cook's distance measures. Mamaya may example tayo nito, no? Okay, so ginagamit natin to guys for diagnostics, no? Chine-check natin kung okay yung model natin. Because remember guys, it's not enough for us to just come up with a model. Ay, nakapag-regress na ako. That's it, tapos na yun. No guys, we have to check our model. Okay, and the next guys, you have this, nakalagay na yung code na to. Paki-check nga guys kung linagay yung code na to. Okay, sige, I'll give you a few seconds. Kindly copy. Although hindi na naman natin kailangan i-install si ggplot2, in-include ko lang siya in case na in case hindi nyo pa na-install. So gagamitin natin si ggplot2 as a package in order to plot. So I'd like to challenge you, those of you who are not yet that familiar with ggplot2. Again guys, ang pinaka dito, what's going on for you is that there are so many tutorials about ggplot2 out there in YouTube. Ang dami-dami, no? So ang suggestion ko you look at this. Sige, copy niyo muna, no?
Sir, I'm not sure if it's just me po, but if you're talking po, we can't hear.
Ay, sorry. Can you hear me now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Ay, okay,
Yes po.
sorry. Ala, na-mute ko pala kanina. Okay, so let me repeat, guys. So, ano nangyayari dito? Gagamitin natin yung ggplot2 as a tool to plot. Tapos, ang function ni ggplot2 is laging ggplot yan. Tapos, basically, tatlong layers yan. Unang-una, ano yung data na gagamitin? Ano yung x-axis, ano yung y-axis? Ito yun, sa A-step, no? Tapos, ano yung object na ipa-plot natin. Okay? Remember, meron na tayong object na mod1 diag.metrics. Okay? Ito yun, di ba? So, gagamitin natin tong data dito para i-plot natin yung residuals natin. So, ipa-plot natin si X on the x-axis education, Y si hourly wage, tapos dapat siya, yung scatter plot. Okay? And then, ang method na gagamitin, yung linear model. And then yung segment, guys, ipa-plot niya yung distance between your actual data point and the fitted value. In other words, guys, naalala nyo dati, nagpa-plot ako ng isang line from the actual down to the regression line, which is your fitted. Okay, so if we do this, okay, let's run this. Okay, ano nangyari dito? Ala, ako nagre-restart. Nako. Okay, dali Incomplete expression. Dali. One. Close. Gene point. One. Okay, 1, 2. Tama naman siya. Sabi dito. Oo. Dapat 1, 2, 1, 2. Dapat dalawang parenthesis dito Check nyo baka may na-miss kayong parenthesis. Alright. So, library ko muna si ggplot2. Okay, and then I'll run this. No, I don't want to. Okay, ito na siya. Okay, kita nyo guys. So ito yung regression line natin, and then yung nature kasi ng data natin, guys, pag ganyan Pero kung yung nature ng data natin, medyo spread out yung data points natin, kitang-kita natin to, no? So what's happening here? If you recall, ginawa ko to, guys, ito yung actual point, tapos yung vertical line down to the regression dun sa fitted values natin sa regression, no? Okay, so these are your residuals. Ito yung error terms natin. So bawat isa may error terms. Yung iba hindi natin nakikita kasi they all belong to the same line. Nasa parehong parehong X. So hindi natin nakikita. Pero that's how you plot, guys. Pinapakita natin dito yung mga residuals, no? Those are the residuals. Okay, so next, guys, itong code na to, this code now, it's coming from your this is from base R. Yung base R, guys, yung basic R. So this is partition, number of rows. Ang ibig sabihin nito, we'll create 2 rows and 2 columns. Yun ibig sabihin partition, number of rows. Okay? 2 rows and 2 columns is ipa-plot natin si model 1. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, yun. Okay? All right, so you have here a plot of your residuals, no? Residuals versus the fitted line. Tapos we use this in order to look at yung behavior ng residuals. Okay, remember guys, after regression, kailangan mag-diagnostics tayo. And ang primary na dinadiagnosis yung residuals. Kasi dapat guys, yung residuals dapat dapat wala siyang pattern. Dapat hindi siya heteroscedastic. Kasi kung may pattern siya guys, heteroscedastic yan. Tapos dapat yung residuals natin normally distributed. Okay, this is telling us, guys, yung normal quantile plot, ito yon. So dapat malapit siya sa line na to, no? Makikita natin, guys, dito may mga outliers, so yung 15 at saka 126, no? Yun, no? Medyo malayo siya dito sa ano. So medyo may problema tayo dito sa mga values na itong values na to, medyo outlier siya. Okay, ganun din, guys, scale location. This is also a plot that tells us of kung homoscedastic o heteroscedastic yung ano natin, yung residuals natin. Dapat, guys, para acceptable yung model, dapat homoscedastic yung error terms natin. Dapat constant yung variance. Okay, another way to say homoscedastic is constant variance. Pag not constant yung variance, then ang tawag diyan heteroscedastic. Makikita natin dito, guys, ano medyo parang may fanning out, no? May spreading out ng variance natin, which will indicate that mukhang hindi homoscedastic yung ano natin. And then you have this 112 at saka 15 ba to? Ayan, 112, 59. Okay, these are indicators siya, guys, ng outliers, tsaka leverage points at saka influential points. Okay, ito, guys, sinabi ko sa inyo, andito si Cook's distance. Okay? Kailangan, guys, mapag-aralan yan, itong mga points na to. Pag tinanggal ba yan, mababago talaga yung regression output natin. Kasi kung outlier yan, guys, then you have to decide kung anong gagawin dyan. Baka naman maling pag-input ng data yan. So, a lot of things that has to be addressed, no? Kung may mga outliers tayo. And that can be seen dito sa dito sa plot natin. So how did we generate this plot? Ito yung code, guys. Ito lang, no? Partition, number of rows, 2 rows and 2 columns. Kaya nga, guys, yung plot natin, tingnan nyo. 2 rows, 2 columns. Yan yung usually na ginagawa. And then kasama dapat yung plot ng Model 1. Model 1 is a regression model. Okay, pause muna ako, guys. Baka masyado na akong maraming sinabi. Okay, may mga questions ba? Clear so far? I would appreciate your
Yes,
comment, guys.
yes po.
Okay, good. Yung iba, guys, paki-chat nga. Clear so far ba? Is there anything there which you want me to repeat? Okay, hindi pa natin tinitinan, guys, yung individually yung mga plots, ano pa lang, very overview pa lang ng mga na to, yung mga plots. Okay, so ito may sinasabi lang sa atin dito. Here we can see the behavior. As much as possible, guys, dapat yung residuals natin random, no? Random dapat yung plot niya. Ito mukhang may fanning out, parang nagiging pay-pay. Okay, so that's not good, no? Ito kung normally distributed yung residuals natin, hindi lang siya good kasi medyo malayo siya dito sa quantile plot. Itong dotted line na to, dapat andiyan lang banda yung natin, residuals. Ganon din tong scale location, pareho lang yan dito sa residuals at saka fitted. Pinapakita lang yan kung homoscedastic yung natin. And even these residuals. So medyo pare-pareho silang pinapakita in different diagrams. Alright? So no questions? Now there's another way to plot this, mas magandang plot. You can use another similar package to ggplot2, itong ggfortify. Sige nga, guys, paki-install. Tapos na-install ko na siya kaya hindi ko na i-install. Tapos library. Okay? And then autoplot. Kanina plot, ito naman autoplot, then model 1 din. So, pareho din ang ibibigay sa atin, guys, kaso medyo mas para sa akin mas maganda yung mas maganda yung nag-error ako. Okay. So there, no? I find the plot from ggfortify more appealing than that in the sa plot lang. Now, if you want to have a copy of this na medyo magandang okay. Medyo mas magandang pwede natin dito i-run, no? So i-run natin dito, ito. Autoplot, Control C. Since na-install na natin ggplot. Okay yan. So run natin, Control Enter. Alright, anong sabi? Okay, nag-error ako. Dapat dito siya magpa-plot eh. Para mas maganda. Okay. Wala kayang ito, no? Minsan nagkaka-error kung hindi kaya ng space, no? Okay. I'm having difficulty. Kayo guys, yung tinype nyo sa console, nagka-ano ba? Were you able to generate the plot? Feedback, please. Ayaw sa akin, no? Ayaw. Anyway, I won't force it. Okay, buti sa inyo guys nag-run, ano? Saka nagkaka-problema ako sa mga packages ko. Anyway, nakita naman natin dito, no? Yan. Okay, so it's a clearer representation. Okay, I have some explanations here. Okay, yung residuals versus fitted, it's used to check the linear relationship between the assumptions. Okay, pag horizontal siya, yung residuals versus fitted, ibig sabihin maganda. So medyo linear yung relationship nila. Normal QQ plot, sabi ko nga, if our residuals are normally distributed, so mas maganda sana kung normal distributed. Tapos ito naman, kung constant yung variance, yung scale, ito guys, dapat as much as possible straight line yan. Kung di straight line yan, ibig sabihin there's a possibility that you have heteroscedasticity. However guys, hindi lang naman guys pwedeng hindi lang naman pwede hula, ano ba na homoscedastic or heteroscedastic. Merong statistical test, no? So mamaya papakita ako sa inyo. We can be helped guys kung heteroscedastic ba to, meron tayong statistical test in R para yung plot plus the statistical test na magko-confirm kung heteroscedastic ba yan or homoscedastic. Okay? Okay, so ito residuals versus leverage used to identify influential cases. Again, ano yung influential cases, guys? That's measured by the Cook's distance. Okay? Ang pinapakita niyan, guys, kung may mga, 1, 1, 12, and 59. So, tingnan na, sandali natin, ito. Diagnostics natin, 1, 1, 12. 59 muna, guys. Observation 59, ito. Ayun, guys, tingnan nyo to. See this, 3.8. So, this is 3.8 standard deviations away from the mean, from the center. Yung iba guys ang liliit lang, 1 standard deviation away. Itong observation number 59, well, it's quite far guys. Yung residual na to medyo malayo dun sa average residual. So si 59, dito kita natin siya, no? So si 1112 naman, tingnan natin. Si 1112, sabi diyan, okay, 4, mas malaki pa pala, no? 4.7998. So medyo talaga mga outliers so guys, no? Yung mga data na to, malalayo sila, no? Okay, clear guys? Paki-chat nga kung clear yung yung pag-explain ko noon, please. Clear ba? Dito ko saan natin kinuha, guys. Ito.
Yes, sir.
Diba? Tingnan natin yung plots, may mga number na nakalagay dito, 11259. So 112, ito yung mean diba? Tapos si 112 ang layo, mas malayo pa siya talaga kay 59. Kaya nga yung standardized value ng it's 4 point something. It's 4 standard deviations away from the average residual. Ang layo niya, ito 3 point something. So consistent sila dito, pinapakita. So there's a possibility that these are outliers. Tapos kung outlier siya guys, titingnan pa natin kung leverage siya. No? Okay? Tapos ang pinakahuli, yung influential siya. Kasi influential yung pinakadelikado. Kasi pag influential yan, pag tanggalin mo yan, malaking pagbabago ng regression model natin. Okay? Pero mag-focus tayo nan guys, pag punta na tayo sa final model natin. Kasi hindi pa naman final model to Simple regression lang to. Okay, so punta na tayo guys sa multiple regression. Okay, finally. Nakapunta na tayo sa multiple regression. Again, so guys, again, yung ano natin, yung data natin, wage. No? Wage, ito. Now, unlike Excel, guys, na hindi natin to pwedeng gamitin sa Excel, na kailangan pa nating kailangan pa nating i-convert into dummy variables, di ba? Si R pwede ng diretso, automatic siya na yung magko-convert yan into dummy variables. So, raise pa rin siya. Ang gagawin niya, kung sino yung nauuna, guys, yun ang magiging 1. So dito white, 1. Therefore, ang 0 dito is non-white. Kuha nyo, guys? So ang magiging benchmark natin o reference variable natin, si non-white. Kasi siya yung is-zero out ni R. So that's how R works. No? So you don't need to convert this into dummy variables. Wala na, bahala na si R dyan. No? So ang gagawin niya, ito yung value na 1, si female 1, si single 1. So dito sa race, ang magiging benchmark natin, ang magiging reference variable natin, si non-white kasi siya yung gagawing 0. Sa gender, ang gagawing reference, si male. Sa civil status, si married. Okay, clear ba yon guys? So no transformation ang kailangan dito, no? Pag R. Diretso na, pwede na nating i-regress to. So going back here, okay? Okay, so wag nyo naman pansinin to kasi another way to go about it, guys, is i-convert natin siya as factor, no? Kasi character nga siya. So, ano muna natin to, we're not running this first. Punta na tayo dito, guys. Okay, take a look at this. Model 2 natin, no? Model 2. LM ulit, hourly wage, okay, hourly wage, tilde, di ba? This is your dependent variable, tilde, education plus experience plus tenure plus race plus gender plus civil status plus number of dependents and then data is equal to wage. So sinama na natin lahat ng mga regressors natin, 7. Education, experience, tenure, race, gender, civil status, number of dependents, data is equal to wage. Okay, so that's how we write, guys, pag multiple regression. Sige nga, pakirun natin to. Run. Take note, guys, nilagyan ko siya ng open and close parenthesis para automatically mabigay sa atin yung initial output. Run, control enter. Ayan, guys. So ito, no? Bibigay sa atin yung values. Intercept, education, experience, tenure, race. Tingnan nyo, guys, ano nangyari? Sa output, it's race white. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin itong race white? Pinagsama niya yung race white, ibig sabihin, guys, si white yung 1. Kung si white yung 1, therefore si non-white yung 0. Okay? Gender, male. Yung variable natin gender, tapos inattach niya si male. Ibig sabihin si male yung 1. Okay? So ibig sabihin pag in-interpret natin yan, laging with reference to yung benchmark natin o yung reference natin, which is the opposite of male, yung female. Okay, etc. Okay, any questions, guys? Any questions so far? Okay, another way to write this, guys, is if you're going to include all the independent variables dun sa data natin na wage, the shortcut is ito. Mod 2 LM HR wage tilde dot. Okay? So that's a very shortcut way, guys. Kasi kung marami nga naman yung marami, kunyari, what if you have 20 independent variables? So alam nga naman plus tayo ng plus, ng plus, ng plus, ng plus. Eh kung ilagay na lang natin dot, ibig sabihin lahat ng variables excluding hourly wage kasi yun yung dependent variable natin, isasama as regressors. Okay, let's check, guys, kung pareho makukuha natin. Highlight lang natin to. Okay, control enter. Yan. The same, guys, the same. So pause muna ako. Clear ba so far? Clear? Paki-chat lang please kung clear. Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Okay. All right. So, sabi natin yung mod 2 pag thank you Ali, thank you. So it will not give us the total output. Kailangan natin yung summary mod 2. Okay? Alright. Yun. There you go, guys. There you go. Ayan. Okay? So remember this call. Ito yung formula natin. Ito yung ano natin kay R. You do this, sabi natin. Ang formula natin, HR wage regressed on all the independent variables. Then nag-summary siya ng residuals. Minimum negative 7.54, maximum 13.92. And then you have here the individual outputs. No? Alala nyo itong 3 stars na to. Yung 3 stars, guys, ibig sabihin less than 0.001 yan. So highly significant yung mga yan. Itong dot na to, guys, ibig sabihin significant at 0.1. No? At confidence level of 10%. So the rest, guys, yung walang ano, they are insignificant. Okay? Insignificant siya. Okay, very quickly. Ano ibig sabihin ng 0.5746, guys? What's the meaning of this? For every 1 year increase in education, there's a corresponding $0.57 or 57 cents increase in hourly wage. Ceteris paribus. No? Kailangan nakasama yon yung all things being equal. Okay, so sulat ko dito. Okay. Meaning of 0.57 for EDUC. For every 1 year. Bakit 1 year, guys? Kasi si EDUC in terms of years yan. Kung ano man, guys, yung dimension ng dependent variable natin, independent variable, yun ang gagawin natin. For every 1 year increase in education, there is a corresponding increase of $0.57 in hourly wage, comma, ceteris paribus. Ano ibig sabihin itong ceteris paribus? All things being the same. Ano ibig sabihin ng all things being the same? Ang ibig sabihin niyan, guys, pag mag-increase tayo ng 1 year ng education, hindi tayo mag-i-increase ng ibang variables, ha? Pareho pa rin sila, no? We're not going to increase them. Only education will increase. And if education increases, then there is a corresponding $0.57 increase in hourly wage. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin naman itong, how about this, guys? Gender male. What's the meaning of this 1.76? It's highly significant, no? Highly significant based on this p-value. Much less than 0.001. 3 stars siya, no? Ano ibig sabihin ito? Remember, guys, this is a categorical variable with male being given the value of 1, therefore female, 0. So, ang pag-ano natin ito, ang pag-interpret on the average, no? Sige ko dito. Sulat ko dito. On the average, guys, male workers tend to receive 1.76 ba? 1.76 dollars more than their female counterparts. Okay? Counterparts, ceteris paribus. Okay? So we can say here na may discrimination ba dito? Kasi bakit yung ano, kung pareho lang yung ano, yung other factors being the same, why do male workers receive 1.76, huh? 1.76 dollars more than their female counterparts. All right? Clear so far, guys? Clear so far? Nga. Paki-ano nga, guys, kung okay, good. Thank you. Yung iba, guys, hindi nag-chat, please. Para lang thank you, Abby. Thank you, Aki. Sasha, thank you. The rest, guys. Yan, thank you. Okay, yan. Na-appreciate ko, guys. Nakikita ko yung mga, ano nyo, yung mga chat nyo. Yun na lang pang ano ko eh. Yun na lang pang ano ko, pang ano sa akin na andyan pa kayo, no? na I'm not facing a blank wall. That means a lot to me pag nag-chat. Iba wala pa rin. Sana nag-chat kayo. Thank you, Gwyneth. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you, Rondel. Okay? So, salamat, guys. Okay? So, I hope you understand now, guys, yung mga interpretation nito, no? Okay, how about this? So, may mga tayo, di ba? May mga insignificant. So, we don't just stop there, di ba? Ang discussion natin last time. Huwag tayong titigil dyan, no? Kailangan itutuloy pa natin. Okay? So, first, before we do that, i-compare muna natin okay. What's this? Compare natin, guys, si mod 1 natin at saka si mod 2. Okay? So dito, ano nangyari dito? Ba't naging ganito to? Okay. So ano si mod 1 natin, guys? Pwede natin gamitin AIC, mod 1. So let's use this. AIC, Bayesian Information Criterion, mod 1. Tapos gawin din natin AIC, mod 2. Tsaka BIC, mod 2. Okay. I'm going to run it here in the console para ma-preserve yung ano niya, guys. Makita natin lahat. Kasi pag dito lang sa script, mawawala isa-isa yun eh. Alright. Dapat may ano to. Oops. AIC mod 1. Okay. Oops. Dapat AIC. Dapat capital, guys, mod 1. Yan. So what's the AIC of mod 1? 277 AIC mod 2. Okay, 2641. Okay, guys, in terms of AIC, sino mas maganda? Shout out, please. Shout out na lang.
Mod 2.
Mod 2, correct. Thank you, Aki. Mod 2, guys, is better than mod 1 kasi by virtue of having a lower AIC. Remember, information loss ang minimeasure ni Akaiki. No? Okay, in terms of Bayesian Information Criterion, usually ano siya, consistent siya, guys. No? Alright, mas mababa, guys, si mod 2. Okay, in terms of AIC, BIC, we say that mod 1 and mod 2 is a lot better than mod 2. Pero guys, mas maganda, kunin natin si ANOVA. Okay, this is now mod 1, mod 2. Alright, naalala nyo guys, kinumpute natin si SSE restricted minus SSE unrestricted divided by degree of freedom of the error terms restricted minus unrestricted, etc. Alala nyo, nag-compute tayo ng ganon, tapos kinumpute natin si F-stat, tapos yung p-value. What was the null hypothesis there, guys? Null hypothesis natin is the restricted model. What's our restricted model here, guys? Okay, sinulat ko na. Restricted model is better. Si model 1. Bakit restricted si model 1, guys? Kasi lesser yung ano niya, lesser yung independent variables, no? Okay, so let's run this, guys. Model 1, mag-ANOVA tayo, analysis of variance between model 1 and model 2. Run. Okay, there. Tingnan natin, guys. Model 1, HR wage regression education. Model 2, HR wage regressed on lahat ng mga dependent variables natin. Okay, tingnan nyo to, guys. Ano yung F statistic na kinompute? 28.2. Kung naaalala nyo, guys, ito yung na-compute natin, no? And then p-value is practically 0. Okay, so 3 stars means it's less than 0.001. Okay? So ano yung conclusion natin dito, guys? What's our conclusion? Do we reject the null hypothesis or do we fail to reject the null hypothesis?
We reject, sir.
Correct. Thank you. We reject the null hypothesis. Kasi nga, guys, p-value is less than 0.05, which is our level of significance. Remember, when the p is low, the null must go. So this must go, guys. So, ibig sabihin, we reject this. We reject the hypothesis that the restricted model is better. So, mas maganda guys yung model 2, yung unrestricted natin. Mas maganda guys na dinagdagan natin ng mga explanatory variables because they were able to explain more yung ano natin, yung variability ng ano. In fact guys, kung titingnan niyo to, hindi natin nakita to, no? Adjusted R squared 0.362. No? Adjusted R squared 0.362 yung R squared ng adjusted R squared ni model 1 ilan lang. Okay, run natin ha. 0.36 yung 2. Tapos ito si summary, asan si summary? Where's summary model 1? Where are you? Ito summary model 1 guys. Just a quick look. Okay, ano R squared niya? Ayun, 0.16, di ba? Adjusted R squared 0.16, adjusted R squared ng isa 0.36. In terms of that, sino mas maganda? Model 2. Akaike ng Model 2 less than akaike ng Model 1, mas maganda si Model 2. Pero guys, numerical ano lang 'yon, mga values. Ang importante nga ngayon guys yung ANOVA natin. Analysis of variance. This one, F-stat 28.2, p-value practically 0. So we reject the null hypothesis. So Model 2 is better than Model 1. So we retain Model 2. Okay, clear guys? Clear so far? Model 2, so far between Model 2 and Model 1, Model 2 tayo. Lahat. Kaso hindi tayo we will not end there guys. Why? Tingnan natin si Model 2. O may mga insignificant pa. Sabi natin, we have to remove those insignificant values. So sino yung tatanggalin natin guys? Lowest absolute value ng t-value, sino? Sino ba yung mga insignificant? Experience is 1.79 at 10% lang to guys, kaya tatanggalin din natin to. 0.26 and then civil status. So sino tatanggalin natin? Shout out please. Shout out. Lowest t-value. Absolute value ng t-value. Sino? Guys, sino? Hello? Which variable will be the living variable? Alam niyo to guys, kasi kasama sa take-home exam to. Which is the living variable? Paki-shout out na lang. Sino? Yes, Aki reject. Pero sino tatanggalin natin? Kasi hindi pa final model to eh. Jillian, race. Yeah, correct. It's race kasi pinakamababang t-value siya. Okay? Disregard guys the negative sign ha. Kasi baka ma-tempt kayo, mas maliit si negative 1.56 kaysa kay 0.26 kasi positive si 0.26. No. Tanggalin niyo yung negative sign guys. I-compare nyo lang yung absolute value sila. So tatanggalin natin si race white. Okay? Take note guys, si race white guys, ang variable niyan race ha. Si R na lang nag-append ng white para ipakita sa atin kung sino yung dummy variable natin. Alright, so let's go to our next model. Create na tayo ng next model guys. Ito na, no? Kung hindi nakalagay ito guys sa inyo, isulat nyo. Tatanggalin natin si race, no? So HR wage, regress on education, experience, tenure. Wala na si race, tinanggal na. Okay? Right here, take note guys, hindi ko nalinagay yung data, pero pwede pa rin, no? Para ano lang tayo, data, good practice naman yan. Data is equal to wage. Pwede hindi na ilagay as I said kasi naka-attach na si data dun sa files natin. Alright, or another way to write that guys is LM, HR wage, tilde, kanina dot, di ba? Tapos lalagyan natin ng negative race. Ibig sabihin nun, everything except yung race. So sino mas maganda dito? Mas mabilis? Ito na guys. This is the better way, faster way to write your code. Sige, pakikopya guys. Tapos, summarize natin si Model 3. Okay, race. Tama, Jillian? You're correct? Alright, so tinanggal natin yung race, ano? Tinanggal natin yung race. Tapos sabi ko, shortcut niyan, tilde, dot, and then kung ano yung tatanggalin mo, yun na lang ilagay mo, negative race. Kasi marami pa eh. Pero kung konti lang naman guys, okay na to. No? Pwede rin na yan. So I'm going to run this. Ito ira-run ko Ito. Okay. Alright. Notice na wala guys, walang binigay na output si R. No? Pero andyan na yun si Model 3 natin. Okay. Ayaw. Okay. Okay, Model 3. Andiyan na si Model 3, ano? So, summary model, okay? Alright. So, quickly, guys, ito yung model natin. HR wage regress on all the variables except race. Okay. And we have a summary of the residuals. And then, ito na yung output natin. Okay, if you compare R squared, guys, adjusted R squared, 0.363 to, sino mas mataas, si Model 2 o Model 3? Answer, please. Model 2 or Model 3? In terms of adjusted R squared. Guys?
Model 3, sir.
Model 3. In terms of standard error, okay, mas maganda din si Model 3, guys. Okay? Where's standard error here? So ba nakalagay dito yung standard error? Okay, hindi nakalagay. Kukunin natin sa iba yan, no? Okay, saan natin kukunin si standard error? Names. Mod 3. Okay, if you click this, Mod 3, asan si standard error? Coefficients, residuals. Okay, hindi pala nakalist dito, no? Okay, so, wait, huh? Okay. It should be here. Sino si Model 3? Wala si summary. Okay, hindi pala naka-list, ano? Okay, anyway guys, so sino mas maganda, si Model 2 o Model 3? Again, we can check using AIC, Mod 2, AIC, Mod 3. No? Pwede natin i-check yan. Model 2, 2641, Model 3, 2639. So mas mababa si ano guys, di ba? Mas mababa si Model 3, no? But the ultimate test is the statistical test. Again guys, ito tayo. ANOVA, no? ANOVA, okay, Model 3, Model 2. Kahit sino mauna dyan, guys. Okay, so we're now comparing Model 3 and Model 2 using analysis of variance. Okay. So, yung unang model natin, tinanggal si race. Okay. Plus, Model 2 natin. Model 1 natin, wala si race. Model 2, kasama si race. Okay. So, all right. You have a p-value f of 0.07, okay? A p-value of 0.8. Okay, so what's our ano null hypothesis natin dito? HO. What's our null hypothesis, guys? HO, restricted model. What's our restricted model, guys? Si Model 2 or Model 3?
Model 3, sir.
Yes, correct. Model 3 kasi, binawasan natin si Model 3, no? Is better than Model 2. Yung unrestricted, which is Model 2. Model 3, guys, kasi si Model 3, binawasan natin ng race yan. Okay, what's the result, guys? The result is ito, p-value 0.8. Therefore, okay, not significant, therefore, we failed to reject the null hypothesis. So, mas maganda si Model 3. Okay, the restricted model yung binawasan natin ng ng race. Clear, guys? Clear? Clear ba?
Clear po.
Okay, good.
Clear,
Okay,
sir.
thank you. So, punta ulit tayo sa Model 3. Summary Model 3. Generate natin to. Okay. So, tapos na ba itong model na to? Hindi pa, guys. Kasi may mga insignificant pa, no? So, sinong tatanggalin natin? Tatlo yung natin, yung if we maintain an alpha of 0.05, tanggal to kasi 0.07 to, tanggal to. So what's the leaving variable, guys? Leaving variable is sino? Anong variable, guys? Lowest absolute value ng t-value, sino? Tatlo lang i-compare natin. Yes? NumDep, correct. Thank you, Abby. It's number of dependent variables kasi siya na yung pinakamaliit na t-value compared to the other two. Remember, guys, it's always the absolute value. So tanggalin natin si NumDep, guys, sa model number natin. Next model natin. Okay, so dito, so let's create model 4. Model ano na ba tayo? Model 4. Okay, copyhin na lang natin to. Control C, no, sorry. Control C. RLUH. Then NumDep, no? Remove NumDep. Data. Yan, okay? Alright, guys, model 4. Tapos summary na natin, summary model 4. Okay, summary model 4. Run natin to. Run. Okay, then, okay, 0.361, mas mataas yung R squared, no? Hindi ko na uulitin, guys, ha? May mga insignificant pa rin. Tatlo. Pero ito malapit na sa 0.05, no? Tatlo pa rin siya. Okay, and then let's test now. Is there a need to create a model 5? I-test muna natin si ANOVA, model 3, and then model 4. Let's test kasi kung mas maganda, guys, yung model 3, which is your unrestricted, no? Then we stop. Kasi ang sinasabi dyan ni R, wag mo na bawasan. Mas okay na si Model 3 kaysa kay Model 4. So let's run this. What do you have, guys? What happened here? May mali ba ako?
Sir, dun sa Model 4, do you still include the race?
Tinanggal ko ba? Ay,
No.
mali, ano? Dapat wala na yung race, ano? Oh, mali. Sorry. Tinanggal na natin to, di ba? Yeah, mali. I'm wrong. Nakopya ko siya. Education, experience, tenure, gender, civil status. So, 5 na lang, di ba, guys? Kasi dalawa na yung tinanggal natin. Yung number, depth, at saka yung race. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tama. So, sorry, mali ako, guys. Dapat walang, kaya nagtataka ako ba't ganun yung result. Enter. So, this is now our correct model 4. Ayan. So, dadalawa na lang, guys, yung insignificant, no? 362, this is better than model 3. In terms of R squared, also in terms of Akaiki, check natin. AIC model 3, ilan siya? 2639. So naman, AIC model 4, 2639 versus, pareho lang siya, no, guys, no? So, inconclusive tayo as far as Akaiki is concerned. Pero buti na lang, hindi yun yung pinaka magiging basis natin. Our basis will be yung ANOVA natin, no? Statistical test natin. ANOVA, model 3, model 4, and let's see, no? Ang unrestricted natin dito, si model 3, mas kompleto siya. Si model 4, binawasan natin ang number dependence. Okay, there you go, guys. So model, yung isang model natin, no? Yung isang model natin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ito na lang yung ito na lang yung regressors natin. Yung isa, ang tinagal lang natin si race. Dito ang tinagal natin race at saka number of dependents. Conclusion, guys, p-value 0.18. Therefore, conclusion, guys, we failed to reject the null hypothesis that the restricted model, which is model number 3, is better. So mas maganda si model number 4, yung tinanggal natin ng number of dependents. Okay. Then, so dapat ito, mali yung question natin dito. Sorry. The question here should be, copy ko lang to Control C. Control V. Question dapat dito, compare model 3 and model 4. Which is better? Okay. And then, guys, may tutuloy pa ba tayo? Yes, guys, kasi tingnan nyo, may insignificant pa tayo dito. Okay, so which is the leading variable, guys? It will be experience, no? By virtue of having the lowest p-value. So tatanggalin natin si experience, no? So copyhin na lang natin tong, let's copy this, Control C. Okay, guys, I hope okay pa tayo kahit medyo, kasi repetitive na naman to, no? Inuulit-ulit na lang natin. Yan. Control V. So let's call this model 5. Okay. Tinanggal natin si experience. No? Wala na si experience. 1, 2, 3, 4 na lang. 4 variables na lang natira. Okay. Summary model 5. Run. Okay. Then we find here, guys, lahat significant na siya, no? Okay, education, tenure, gender, male, civil status, okay? Significant na siya lahat. And quick check, guys, quick check. Insert R, ANOVA, model 4, model 5. Tingnan natin, guys, kung mas maganda nga ba si model 5 na apat na lang yung regressors. Run. Okay, still, p-value is 0.12. We reject the null hypothesis that the restricted model is better. No? The restricted model is better. Therefore, we fail to reject the null hypothesis. So mas maganda, guys, si restricted model. So ito na, guys, yung final model natin. Okay, so quickly, ano ibig sabihin ng education? For every 1 year increase in education, there's a corresponding $0.53 increase in hourly wage, ceteris paribus. Tenure, guys, for every 1 year increase in tenure, there's a corresponding $0.15 increase in hourly wage, ceteris paribus. 1.71, on the average, male employees tend to receive $1.71 more compared to their female counterparts, ceteris paribus. Negative 0.682, ang ibig sabihin ito, single employees tend to receive $0.68 less. Less guys kasi negative to compared to their married counterparts, ceteris paribus. Okay, so that's how we interpret. Okay, again guys, take note kung nag-end na tayo sa unang-una. Remember yung unang ano natin? Yung una natin na multiple regression. Okay. So that's model number 2. Where's model number 2? Going back to model number 2. Okay, this one. Model number 2. I-summary ko lang siya guys. Kasi andiyan pa si model number 2. Summary. Yan. If we stopped here guys and we just deleted, no? We just deleted all the insignificant. 1, 2, 3. So, ang lalabas lang, 3 lang yung regressors natin, guys. No? 3 lang. So, iba siya dun sa final answer natin. So, it's important, guys, to know that we just don't delete all the insignificant variables. Kailangan mag-stepwise tayo. In this case, anong klaseng stepwise? It's called the backward regression. Okay. I-skip ko muna guys yung ano. Okay. So ang gagawin ko guys, I'm going to record this, yung natitira pang ibang portions dito. Kasi wala talaga tayong time and it's almost time na guys. Itong stepwise ang papakita ko sa inyo. So there are 7 examples here. Okay, I'm going to upload this file. Yung may mga, kasi tinanggal ko yata dyan sa binigay ko sa inyo. Okay. In R, pwede din tayo guys mag stepwise regression. Unlike dun sa sa Excel, step by step natin to. Dito hindi. Okay. I'll just explain this very quickly. So first we create this object called model. Si model guys, it's the linear regression of wage on all the variables, diba? Pareho lang yan dito. Okay, data is equal to wage. So let's create this object called model. I'm going to create it. Explain ko lang kung paano. What happened here? Y. Levels. So nag-create ako ng object na model, LM, wage. Bakit siya nag-error? Ito na lang muna. Itong isa. Okay. Sorry guys. I don't know what's happening here. This should be correct. Okay. So ito yung ginamit ko guys. Yung unang line. Yung in-spell out ko yung in-spell out ko lahat ng mga variables. Okay. Alright. Take a look at this guys. Here we're going to create an object called forward fit. .p. Okay, so this is a method where we're going to do forward regression using the p values. So anong code? Guys, sandali. This is coming from the OLSRR package. So itong stepwise regression guys, galing to sa OLSRR package. So this is forward fit. Okay, so let's run this. So ginamit yung model na object. Ito yon yung model na to. Tapos yung p-enter, yung papasok sa sa variables dapat ang level of significance 0.05. If I click this, okay. Okay, baka hindi ko na run si sorry. Library OLSRR. Hindi ko ba na ano to? Hindi ko yata na-run tong OLSRR. Okay. So, rinan ko to. Okay, there. Okay. And this one. Okay. Ito guys yung forward regression, no? Stepwise regression. So, ang unang pinasok niya, education, susunod tenure, susunod gender, susunod civil status. Ito na ito na yung ano guys, ito na yung final model. Take note, the AIC, akaiki, lumiliit yung AIC habang pinapasok niya, yung unang variable na pinasok niya, education, pagkatapos tenure, pagkatapos gender, pagkatapos civil status. Okay? So, I'll skip that guys. I'll leave this to you guys. Itong backward regression ang papakita ko sa inyo, yung ginawa natin. So, ito yung code niya, backward fit.p. Ito yung function, backward, no? Using the same model. P remaining, magre-remain siya kung 0.05 siya. So let's run this code. There. Okay, tingnan nyo guys. Oh. Okay. Ito yung in-eliminate niya, no? Ito yung in-eliminate niya. So race, number of dependents, at saka experience. So, ito yung backward regression niya na in-eliminate niya. Okay? So, we can also use the AIC method, no? So, okay guys, it's already time. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a video out of this, no? Para masundan nyo. Kasi pareho lang to. Kaso guys, this is now automated na siya kasi ito na yung mga codes para mag-create ng backward at forward regression. Okay? So I'm going to post this later on kasi guys, kasama to dun sa take-home quiz nyo. Anyway, andyan na naman yung mga codes, no? You'll just have to use a different data and then susundan nyo yung using yung sa Excel Realstat at saka dun sa sa R. Okay, thank you so much guys for the extended time. Salamat. I hope you learned something, guys.
Sir?
Yes?
Okay lang po ba, sir, if hindi muna isama yung R sa quiz po, sir? Excel po muna.
Hindi
Kasi
mo
medyo
kasama
hindi po namin masyado I mean, napaka-familiarize po namin pero feel po namin need pa po namin i-review.
Pero ang gagawin nyo lang guys, andito na yung mga code. So, ika-copy-paste nyo lang siya sa R. Okay. Parang part of the learning process. No? If you have questions, pwede nyo akong i-chat. Kung gusto nyo, gawin ko na lang para more time to review kayo. Gawin ko na lang Friday na lang din yung ipopost ko yung file tapos Saturday nyo lang i-submit. Fair enough guys, fair enough. Kasi kung i-split ko pa siya, hindi natin mako-compare yung output eh. Mas maganda sana mako-compare yung output. Anyway, I'm going to record the video tapos ibibigay ko rin sa inyong file na to. Tapos you'll just in fact, copy-paste lang yung mga codes na to tapos ang papalitan nyo lang yung object na model, no? Yung model nyo, guys, magiging yung model nyo ay ito, LM, kung ano man yung variable, kung ano man yung data na gagamitin natin. And the rest will just be copy-paste na lang tapos yun yung magiging output nyo. It's really very easy. No? Okay lang ba yun? Ha?
Sir, may question po ako.
Yeah, sige. Anong question?
Ano po yung schedule ng quiz sa Friday?
Friday quiz, di ba, 12 o'clock? Yung, yung synchronous. Yung i-access nyo yung file. Pwede ba kayo ng 12? I thought yun ang...
This is for the po ba? Sa multiple choice?
Oh, sa multiple choice yun. 12 to 1 or 12 to 1:30. Multiple choice. And then yung isa, bibigay ko yung file, tapos sundin nyo lang yung X Realstat at saka yung R to be submitted the following day. No? You'll have more time. Actually guys, maganda yun kasi actually yung experience ko, pag ginagawa ko to, ang daming nakakamataas talaga. Kasi andiyan na naman yan eh. It's a matter of you, i-reviewin nyo lang din yung video guys, tapos pati yung kaya niyan guys, I believe in you, kaya niyan. The code is already there, wala na kayong code na ilalagay, kokopyahin nyo lang yung code na yan. Ang mababago lang dyan yung model guys. Sa simula, sasabihin nyo kung ano yung model nyo, and then repeat na lang yan. Copy-paste na lang yan. No? Kasi ang objective ko nito, makompare dun sa Excel. May question guys?
None naman po.
Sige, pag may question din kayo guys, if you reach na stone wall kayo, you can chat me, no? You can chat me, then I'll be more than willing to address your question. Ha, guys? Ako naniniwala ako sa inyo, kaya-kaya niyo yan, guys. I believe in you. Alright? So, sige guys, salamat. Thank you so much for your time.